Frederica, thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
So first of all, your portrayals of Mozart, as well as, for example, Rossini and French repertoire, has inspired a lot of people, and that's really giving you a lot of credit and also praises for your performances. What's the advice and for young artists, and as well as what does bel canto really mean to you?
I loved singing bel canto because it feels good with the voice, but it's really takes a long time to learn because it's so subtle. It really just means pretty singing. And Rossini and Bellini is the most famous for it. You think of Callas singing Norma. And I just loved, I worked with some marvelous, marvelous teachers. Their moms, their dads, they become everything to this young person who is dealing with an instrument that is tiny, that you can't see, that's somewhere in there, and trying to imagine how it works.
And here at NTD, the vocal competition really values clarity, purity, as well as truthful saying, some of the values that you embodied throughout your own journey and career. What's the one thing that you would tell young singers as they prepare for this competition?
The one thing is mean what you say. In other words, when you're singing a song or an aria, there's always a story behind it. It's what enables us to take people to another region of human existence through the voice. What makes people, when they hear Pavarotti or Mirella Freni or Joyce DiDonato, it's the story that counts. It takes the pressure off yourself, and it's easy to concentrate on. You just have to keep doing it.
I was actually hosting the vocal competition last year, and I witnessed from the backstage like how intense it could be actually as they were going to go up to the stage. Yes. But once they're on the stage, they're perfect.
No, yeah. Once you get there, you're okay. The opera house is so loving. From the minute you sort of come through the door, it's, "Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Come on in, settle down, da da da." You know, I wish people knew how much fun rehearsing is, being silly and trying to do your best at the same time. You know, and we always have that cushion of gorgeous music around us. So no matter how far afield we go, we're protected by the music.
The power of music.
The power of music, yes.
What's your advice for the current generation of people who are trying to maintain those traditions, not only when it comes to arts and saying, but really traditional culture and values? How do we make sure that they don't get lost?
I think the best way is just to go and live in a country, if it's at all possible, and if for these young singers, it's very possible. And the next bit of advice is going to seem very trite and very negative, but I would make a plan to put your phone away or your social media for most of your day. Concentrate it in the morning and maybe in the afternoon, and then put it away. It's not just it's destroying communication. And communication is everything. And we as singers, that's what we do. I've seen what it's done to all the kids in our program who come in at 9 and they're willing and happy and they have concentration, and then they get their first phone at 11 or 12, and all of a sudden their whole attitude changes. And I think then you lose that marvelous tradition of communication, of trying to choose your words, of saying what you really mean and what you feel in a way that is comfortable for the person you're speaking to. All of that is a natural process, but it can be an artistic process as well.
Having seen these challenges when it comes to the younger generation, the current society, what gives you hope still about a future generation of young singers? What makes you hopeful still about
I think it's
future?
a very exciting time for opera and singing because there's such a lack of ear to throat communication in our world today. Everything is through a microphone or it's amplified, and I think it's more important than ever.
And Flicka, as you're looking forward to helping these young artists and at this NTD competition, what excites you the most about this journey? What do you look forward to really teaching them and helping them learn?
I entered many competitions at the beginning of my career, and out of maybe 12, I got a place in one, and I had a career. So that's one message I want to give to them. Winning this is not the beginning or the end of your career. It's a step. And bravo for taking the step, because it takes courage to put yourself out there to be judged. I've had very difficult and hard times to live through in my career. But though at this point, at 80, they're all forgotten. All I remember are the wonderful people I met, the exquisite voices I heard, the incredible conductors, the incredible staffs of everybody around. I just want them, I want to welcome them to the business because basically they're already there.
Well, I'm sure there's been a lot of passion as well as rewarding moments in your journey, because you certainly don't look like 80.
Thank you.
Flicka, thank you so much for your words of encouragement and wisdom to our audience, to our participants, and thank you so much for extraordinary artistry and heart. Appreciate you being here.
I appreciate being here, and thank you very much, Iris, really. It's been lovely to look at this beautiful face, too. Thank you.